It's going on 3 years now that the JFK campus has been shut down. The school saw a new hope last week when the legislature unanimously approved Governor Camacho's bill to provide funding for the school's rebuild. Looks like fate is on JFK's side. Bill 15S was signed into law today by Governor Camacho. The new law provides financing for the rebuild of JFK, but at what cost? The newly signed bill, now known as Public Law 30-178, provides financing for JFK. Despite other rumored financing alternatives, Speaker Judy Wanpat insists that this was the best option for the rebuild of JFK.
I'd just also like to say that if you're alluding to the fact that we could have possibly used the USDA loan, we could not. That was strictly for the landfill. If that was the route we were going to do, we couldn't use then that for JFK. We did try our best to keep the interest, the percentage increase at a lower rate, and as you know, in politics, the art of politics is compromise, and we were able then to keep it at 8.5% instead.
The clock is ticking on the JFK rebuild. Governor Camacho stresses that it was critical to secure the funding as soon as possible to get the school built within the 9-month window. Despite the criticisms, he stands by his decision.
The policy has been established by the legislature that this be built in 9 months. If I had my way, I would let the market dictate, but it is law. I just felt that it was with good sound judgment and advice from many others that we forego adding yet additional debt burden to the government of Guam as we moved into the future. And I know that there have been some other candidates who are running for higher office that have been critical of this. But if you put yourselves in my shoes and looking at the future ahead, I think this was a sound decision. I would rather err on the side of caution than take a huge risk.
While the latest estimates place the cost of the school at $69 million, the final cost has still not been determined. The way the financing is set up under the new law, taxpayers will wind up paying upwards of $200 million over 29 years for the JFK rebuild. If all goes according to plan though, JFK is set to reopen by the first week of September. Only time will tell whether the higher price tag was worth the urgency of rebuilding the school as soon as possible. Keeping it local for Guam News Watch, I'm Chris Pinko.